Until you take action, someday is the same thing as never. How do we feel fear and do it anyways? How do we take action while afraid? Everything you want exists in the unknown. So much of life is a you against you battle. How do we go after the things we truly want? How do we push ourselves to do what feels so uncomfortable? How do we feel the fear and do it anyways? Welcome to the Get Back Up movement. My name is Jenna, and I help people wake up to the truth of who they are and what is possible in their life. How do we feel fear and do it anyways? The fact is, most people won't. Most people will give up, and so many before they even start. What is it about the people who don't give up? Do they have something that you don't? Were they lucky? Their circumstances far better? Why were they able to do what needs to be done while you're stuck, frozen, clinging to the safe zone? If you want more, you have to be willing to do more. You have to be willing to fail, to make mistakes, to be bad at something before you become good at it. Perfectionism will hold you back. You will never be perfect. This unrealistic ideal has countless people stuck in a holding pattern, knowing that they want something so much, but so afraid to try. Allow yourself to be human. Allow yourself to be imperfect. This is how others will relate to you. This is what will make you become magnetic. I spent most of my life afraid. So afraid to fail, but so scared to succeed. I had a crippling fear of really being seen. I don't consider myself someone whose life has been dictated by the opinions of others, but when it came to putting myself out there, I froze. I knew what I wanted. I craved more with everything in me. I was a someday dreamer who was dreaming myself to never because I didn't know how to just move. Why were others able to do this and I couldn't? And the more I gave up, the more I quit, the worse I felt about myself. It was more proof for my ego to feed me endless stories of why I can't, why I shouldn't. But every time I landed back in that familiar place, something inside me would rebel. I had to crack the code or live the rest of my life knowing that I could have, but I didn't. And that didn't sit well with me. I'm quiet, I'm antisocial. So how can I take bold action while being so fucking afraid? I learned how to be a dreamer and a doer. I learned how to go after everything I want and need unapologetically, even when it scared the shit out of me. And it changed me. It changed my whole life. It reframed what I view as possible. And it became a mission to help those who feel stuck to wake up to the truth of what is possible in their life. So how can you feel so afraid and do it anyways? It starts by accepting a level of personal responsibility, by understanding that we have choices every moment of every day, and we can make choices that empower us rather than choices that feed that fear. Waking up earlier and intentionally carving out time to work on your mindset, because mindset is everything. Learning how to be afraid and move anyways will take a strong mindset. So you have to be willing to work on that. Understanding what it is that you really want and why. Why do you want that thing that is making you so afraid? A vague sense of what you want will never allow you to push through those fears, but having a rock solid, crystal clear understanding of what you want and why, this is your emotional horsepower that will push you through the fear. You understand exactly what it is that you want and what it means to you. And your desires begin to scream so much louder than your fears ever could. Recall and perspective are powerful tools that will remind you who you are and that you can do hard things. That just because something is scary, just because it feels hard, it doesn't mean that you can't do it. Use your own life as proof, as evidence that you can do hard things. Find moments in your life that were monumentally difficult to make it through, but you did. And if you could fight your way through those things, then going after your dreams, then pushing yourself through your comfort zone, this is nothing. Put it into perspective. Irrationalize your fears. Make a list of all the lies you are telling yourself, all the reasons why you can't, the stories that you are making up out of fear. What's the worst that can happen? List these things out and then go through the list and find the lies in everyone. Falsify your irrational fears. Take small steps. We can fool ourselves into thinking that we need to have it all figured out, that we need to know exactly what we are doing, that we need to be experts, and that we need to be healed. This could not be more false. You will figure it out along the way. Your wings will span out as you start to fly, not before. You only move one step at a time. Everything is done just one step at a time. So instead of setting yourself up to fail by telling yourself you're going to do this entire task, just take a step. Ask yourself, what step can I take? Figure out what that step is and take it. Until you take action, someday is the same thing as never. And lastly, remind yourself that everybody started someplace. Everyone started at the beginning. Everyone started afraid. Every person who has done what you want to do, they started afraid. They didn't start perfect. Go find proof of that. Go find what you can of the start of their journey and watch how they grew. Watch how imperfect their story is. This is what makes them magnetic. They did the work. They committed to it. They walked through some serious shit to get where they are, and they never would have gotten there if they didn't start afraid. We can fool ourselves into thinking that we can't, but I can't is an illusion. We are human beings. We are experts at hard. Choose your hard. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up because that helps so much. And please subscribe to the Get Back Up movement for more videos just like this one. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.